Hi guys, so today I'm going to talk about relationships as a mirror. So all of our relationships are essentially a mirror of how we're feeling inside ourselves. So when we're in a relationship and we want to understand, sometimes we can get confused and we think our partner or someone else, some other relationship, some person at work or whatever, we can't understand them and we don't understand, we feel justified in why we think they're wrong or the way they're behaving is unacceptable or whatever, and it may be, but firstly we have to understand that a relationship is a mirror, so we need to look inside ourselves and understand that the way we feel, the way they're reacting or whatever they're doing and the way it makes us feel is the same as what we make them feel. And if we want to be empowered and we want to evolve ourselves and we want to work on our relationships and improve ourselves as people, we have to understand this and we have to take responsibility for the fact that if we're making someone else feel a certain way because we're feeling that ourselves, then it's irresponsible to try and get them to change or to leave the relationship or to expect some other outcome from outside of ourselves if we're not prepared to have a look at ourselves and change internally. And this is the first place we should look. So I'm not saying this is the end and we should, just stay in relationships forever and if they're not working, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying at the first point we have to have a look inside ourselves and see, where am I making this person feel this way? So where we've either made them feel this way in the past, like in the recent past, and they're behaving this way, or currently right now whatever behaviour we're doing is causing them to feel that way. So let's just say there's a guy who works from sun up till sundown and he thinks he's making the best decision for the family to provide a living and all of that, but the wife doesn't feel valued, doesn't feel prioritised, doesn't feel seen, and let's just say she has an affair on the guy and he later finds out and then he feels not loved, he feels like he's not, she's betrayed him in some way. Well, the way he's feeling right there is the way she was feeling, the way that his behaviours and his reactions and the behaviours he was displaying caused her to feel that way, and therefore now it's reflected back to him that that's what he was doing. And it's a bit more complicated than that, but if we use this as a principle, we can get to some clarity on ourselves. So in that situation, the guy wasn't making his wife feel value, and then as a result of that, he now doesn't feel valued. So a wise person will stop at that point and say, well, how did I contribute to this? How did I make my wife feel like that was one of her only options for connection and to feel what she needed to feel? So hopefully you can see that relationships are just a mirror. If we can view all of our relationships as a mirror, then we get to grow ourselves, we get to improve our relationships, and we get to see how we're influencing other people, because all of our behaviours and everything we do ourselves impacts other people. That's just the way life works. So we can either hold on to our behaviours rigidly and we can operate in the world and we can expect everybody else to fit that set of conditions, which won't happen. Every single person on the planet has their own experience and their own unique set of conditions and behaviours, and we will never find another person on this planet that will match our behaviours 100%. So that's I'm going to burst the bubble there. That's not ever going to happen. So we get to do two things. We can either search in vain for that person that might feel that, and we might find someone who can feel a lot of those things by chance, but we'll always feel anxious that maybe they won't behave the way we want them to, and that's what causes anxiety in relationships. Or we can use our relationship as a mirror and say, okay, I'm going to commit and continue to growth and growing myself and growing the relationship, and I'm going to use the reactions of my partner and how they make me feel to understand how they feel, to work on myself and to improve and to grow myself. And that hurts. It actually doesn't feel comfortable at all to get that reflection back when we're feeling like we're not loved, when we're feeling like we're not valued, when we feel like we've somehow been wronged, and we understand that that's how we're making our partner feel. That feels horrible. That really, it does hurt, and this is why we don't want to do it, because unconsciously we'll try not to feel that. So if we can do this, though, we get an opportunity to grow. We get an opportunity to look at ourselves and to change some of our own patterns and to understand where we're not being as loving as we can and where we're not showing up as the best version of ourselves. So I hope this makes some sense to you and you can see that life is a mirror, that our relationships are a mirror, and if we want to understand why our partner's behaving a certain way, or why they feel the way they feel, check in with ourselves and see how we feel about the way that they feel, and that'll give us an indication on exactly why they feel the way they feel, and therefore we have a chance to change our internal dialogue and our internal patterns, and we can choose to change our own behaviours and show up differently. And this will improve relationships. This will improve the way that we connect with our partner. So I hope you get some value from this, and drop some comments below, and I'll be keen to continue the conversation.